how to practice a 2-minute drill in Madden. So a couple important things about doing a 2-minute drill is, number one, you have to look and see, so let's back the ball up, how much time is left on the clock, how many timeouts you have, and then how many points you need. So do you need 3 or do you need 7? And if you need 4, you need 7. How many plays does that then give you, depending on, and then how many plays is based on the time, and the time all depends on then how many yards you need to pick up per chunk to get it down into that area. So like here we're at the 30. If we just need a field goal and we have only like 20 seconds but we have 2 timeouts, that means that we can throw anywhere on the field. We just need to get 2 big chunks or 3 big chunks. That should be plenty of time to get it. So maybe you start out with a screen pass. Maybe you start out with a run to see if you can just pick up a huge chunk if they're backing everybody off. If you need 7, though, then that means you need to get to about the 20 before you have then 4 down. So if you get to the 20-yard line, your opponent's 20-yard line before 20 seconds left, you can then take 4 straight shots into the end zone. That's about as far away as you want to get before you start taking like huge cracks into the end zone. And the clock won't stop because the ball will either be incomplete or it'll be a score. You won't be like throwing underneath. So those are some factors to take into time. Now we saw Problem do a great drive. I think it was the second major in his game. You called out his 3 plays he was going to call. How did you know he was going to call those 3 plays?
Yeah.
And is that kind of a strategy? Like have your plays you go to in a 2-minute drill.
Yeah. I don't know if it's plays you go to in a 2-minute drill. I think it could just be your offense. But what I would say, an effective 2-minute offense starts with 2 things. It's having your preset audibles and knowing how to use them. And then it's also identifying which hash you're on. And then how to effectively run those preset audibles to attack the appropriate hash you're on. So the example here is this. I come out in Bunch Trail. So Bunch Trail, by default, it does a great job of attacking, while I like it as a base play. Show the play art here.
You're on.
Oh, I'm on offense. My bad. So I'm not even in it. But what I like about Bunch Trail is that it is a balanced play that sends a receiver in multiple areas of the defense. So what you force them to do is attack or defend just about the entire field with this setup, right? You have 2 short receivers in the flat, you have a route over the short middle, a deep post, and then you have a deep corner on the left. So you're forcing them to, if you had like a heat map, you're forcing 2 flats, middle, deep corner. So you're not putting a receiver, 1 receiver or 2 receivers in multiple areas of the field. You're attacking multiple spots. So then from here, I can go to gun bunch tight end because I know these are my audibles, right? Well, I wouldn't necessarily want to call PA boot over here because now I'm running my play. The strength of this play is from right to left. So, and I'm on the short part of the field. So while this is a great play, it's not a great play on the left hash, right? It can be, but the strength of it isn't on the left hash. But I also know that from this set I have curl flat corner. Well, the strength of the curl flat corner is that deep pattern of cob, which attacks the right side of the field.
And you might get out of bounds in a 2-minute drill.
Correct. So now, because I know my audibles, because I know when to go to them in certain situations, I can now start saying, okay, I feel pretty good in a 2-minute drill where I come out my base play, I get rhythm going, I dink and dunk you for a first couple plays, a first down. You start having to worry about protecting the flats. Your defense tightens up in the short area of the field, and then I can start hitting you downfield on the deep corners, deep right. That's a 2-minute drill. It's knowing all of the plays at your disposal that you can get to quickly, adjustments, what part of the hash you're on. That to me is what a successful 2-minute drill looks like in Madden.
All right. Well, you got to manage that clock, know all your plays, know when to go to them, being able to then hold down wide, get to hurry up, get to more plays like he's saying, and then know where to attack is good. I do like the idea of like chunks of the field. So like from your own 20 to your 40 is a chunk. From your 40 to their 35 or to their 40 is a chunk. And then from the 40 down to like the 15, anywhere in there, because that's field goal range, that's its own chunk. and then you have like 15-yard line and in where you're going for touchdowns. That doesn't take a lot of time off the clock. If you just need the field goal, you need to get inside the 40, so that's 2 big chunks of plays. If you can get those bigger yardage throws at that moment, that's where it'll really, like, defensively, if they're anywhere below my 40, I'm not worried about giving up a field goal. I'm just like, I could care less. All of a sudden they get to the 45, and I'm like, they're just one completion away. They're like one good sideline throw, and they're one post away, like across the middle. Like, I don't like if they're throwing 30 and they throw a post, I know they're only going to get to the 50, so I don't really care if there's 12 seconds left and they don't have a timeout. Like, that doesn't bother me. But if all of a sudden they're at my 40 and they try and throw a post, I get itchy. Like, if there's only 5 seconds left in the game and they're at the 40, I know they have to throw a Hail Mary. But if they're at my 20 and there's 15 seconds left or 7 seconds left, like, they can actually throw a real route or concept into the end zone, and then I have to play real defense. So there's a difference between, like, real plays and then just, like, ridiculous Madden, I'm throwing a streak because it's literally all I can do. If they're in those separate, like, areas, then they can play for real.